Turning to our top story this hour, Russia is unhappy with both Turkey and Ukraine. Turkey for selling strike drones and Ukraine for using them against pro-Russian separatists for the first time. The Kremlin warns that the use of Turkish-made drones could further aggravate the conflict in Ukraine.
В данном случае, к сожалению, подтверждаются наши опасения о том, что поставки подобных видов вооружений украинским военным могут потенциально привести к дестабилизации.
Ukraine used the drones to strike a position in eastern Ukraine, controlled by Russian-backed separatists, but said that the drone had not crossed the line of contact between the two warring sides. The introduction of the drone is a potential game changer in the years-long conflict. Meanwhile, the sale will put a strain on relations between Turkey and Russia, since the Kremlin backs the Ukraine separatists. Moscow and Ankara cooperate closely on defence, including conflicts in Syria and Libya. Turkey has also purchased weapons from Russia, including the S-400 missile defence systems. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov echoed Peskov's concerns, saying Russia was investigating reports that Ukraine used the Turkish drone.
Но, в принципе, история, конечно, должна заставить задуматься всех тех, кто потакает капризным требованиям Украины о том, что ее необходимо завтра принять в НАТО. И, конечно, должна заставить задуматься тех, кто вооружает подконтрольный неонацистам киевский режим.
The Crimean conflict in eastern Ukraine has already claimed over 13,000 lives. And just on Wednesday, Ukraine reported the death of one of its soldiers, the second combat loss in 2 days. Kiev and its Western allies have accused Russia of sending troops to help the separatists, an allegation that Moscow denies. For more on this development, correspondent Julia Chapman is joining us live from Moscow. Julia, Russia has warned Ukraine over the use of Turkish drones in the conflict. Can you take us through the latest on this story?
That's right. Russia has expressed serious concerns about this change in the balance of the conflict in eastern Ukraine, which has been running on now since 2014. The use of Turkish drones by the Ukrainian military has the potential to be quite a big game changer. Ukraine has bought a number of drones from Turkey and says that it plans to build a factory to build more drones at a factory outside Kiev. So quite a big development here between Ukraine and Turkey. It's worth pointing out that Turkey has never supported the Russian annexation of Crimea from Ukraine, and that has always put a strain on ties between Turkey and Russia. This will do so as well. And of course, Turkey and Russia do have their own military cooperation and purchases. They cooperate in the defense and energy spheres, despite the fact that Turkey is a NATO member. But we've been hearing from the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, who says that this confirms Russia's worst fears, that the introduction of drones into the warfare in eastern Ukraine has the potential to really destabilize the situation, something that Russia would be very, very worried about.
So does Turkey's sale of the unmanned aircraft to Kiev complicate its ties with Russia, which has thrown its political weight behind the Ukraine separatists?
It certainly does, but it wouldn't be the first issue to come up between Turkey and Russia. They have a number of complicated relations in many different spheres, and that hasn't stopped them from building ties in other areas. Of course, famously, Turkey bought the S-400 missile defense system from Russia, despite serious opposition from other NATO members, particularly the United States. There was also the opening of a new pipeline a couple of years ago that went from Russia to Turkey. So the two countries do certainly find ways that they can work together, despite the fact that they come from different military alliances, with Turkey a member of NATO, meaning it shouldn't on paper be cooperating or working with Russia, but it has certainly found many ways to do so in the past. So although this could certainly make more complications in the actual conflict in eastern Ukraine, which Russia of course denies any part in, it nevertheless does have serious concerns over what goes on in that area, as it does back the separatists that are fighting the Ukrainian government there.
Thank you, Julia Chapman, for joining us live from Moscow and for your insights there.